Hey, everybody. Scott Henry's Holistic Zone. It's Tuesday with Scott, and I am honored today to have our special guest, Joe Stauffacher, who, and everybody always asks me, they go, Scott, you're always in between the West and the East, or sometimes in between, or whatever. So I think finally met my match. Joe, when I talk to him, I always have to say, first of all, how are you? How are you, Joe?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well,
Good,
Scott.
good, good. And secondly, where are you today?
Today I'm in Marble Falls, Texas.
Oh, okay. Where is that?
It's about an hour from Austin.
Okay. All right. All right. Um, I asked Joe to join me today because I think you'll really enjoy what he has to say. He has some great ideas talking about healthy living, healthy lifestyle. And let's just start off, Joe. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself because you have as I said, a wonderful background.
My background is mainly in mindset, nutrition, gut health, strength, and then neuro. So how do we find safety in our bodies? And, we're thinking every single day, so our mindset matters. We're telling ourselves stories every single day. So this is why we pay attention to mindset. Our health is going to be dependent on our gut strength. We can only produce healthy cells and keep everything working on the internal side of stuff when we have really strong digestion. As our digestion begins to break down, then we start to have problems and symptoms in our lives. And then the neuro is everyone has a nervous system, and our nervous system is constantly taking in inputs every day, 365 days, 24/7. There's inputs coming in, and the inputs create the quality of the output. So when people are having pain or they're not feeling well, that's the output. So how do we change the output so that they're in more of a state of flow? Because if you're in a state of pain, you're not going to be in a state of flow. So there's this great power within the neural world there.
Joe, you mentioned flow, and for people that don't know what that means, please explain what flow means.
Flow would be like Michael Jordan in game 7 and he can't miss, right? Like everything, he's in the zone. For other
The
people, it's
zone,
their,
yeah,
yeah, it's just like you, Scott, right? Like follow the zone.
that's it. That's it. That's it. How long, Joe, for our guests? How long have you been doing this?
I got involved in neuro 3 years ago. I got involved actually 4 years ago from the neurology of coaching standpoint, which really opened up my eyes in terms of how much movement and vision and vestibular matters. These are our higher order systems. But the mindset of what we're capable of doing. In 2010, I got my neuro linguistic programming certification, and that just blew my mind. Like school didn't teach me that. I didn't even know what was possible with our brains and how we thought until I had done that. So I'm going on about 15 years of digging into all of these things. The health side of it, I compound fractured my femur when I was 18. I'm now 45. Took me until I was about 26 before I really dug in and start paying attention to what do I got to do to start feeling better? Because I complained like a 70-year-old or a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old who just is in a lot of pain in my 20s.
Mm.
And it eventually you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. So you start to do something about it. And now I'm just blown away at what's possible with the human body. I continue to get stronger. I continue to have better mobility. Just life gets better and better. I've noticed how much my gut strength has changed. So we're really cool human beings with a lot of potential if we apply it correctly.
When first meet, if somebody first meets you, I mean, they say, "Hey, God, for example, you, 18 years old, very, broke your femur, didn't feel good." How do you work with people? I mean, if somebody is interested in being in the zone, all right. I know we do a lot of things like that, but you go even more advanced than what the zone does. How do you talk to our people out there about how you work with them and to get them in a healthier living, healthier lifestyle situation, please?
everything is so individual. Their nervous system is individual, their gut strength is individual. Broccoli can be good for one person and not good for another, right? So there's everything kind of depends. So if somebody's interested in working with me, it's, me really getting to know them. And then I give them different opportunities from the zone, right? Like if people are improving their microcirculation every single day, that becomes a focal point, then that's a simple and consistent habit that over time improves their health. If they get involved with activation over time, then the innate intelligence of the body is activating these things on a cellular level within us. So we're being more of ourselves, who we're meant to be, and we're living a healthier life, right? So you just dig in to see where people's habits already are, where they're doing really well, and where they can make a minor tweak. And you're looking for those like 1 to 4% improvements, because those are the gains that stick. When you try to just go out and recreate your entire lifestyle, like if someone comes and they have a conversation with me, and I'm 15 years in on this journey, and they're like, "Hey, I want to do what you do." Well, I've created a lot of habits and over time accumulated a lot of different aspects of things that have helped me move forward. And so it's you just got to get started. And that's where the mindset comes in. If you don't have the mindset to get started, or you don't have the mindset that this is a long game, if you're just looking for results in 30 days and you're not going to continue to put in the effort and the work, you're going to start to feel better, and the 30 days is going to help you. But over time, you're just going to end up back where you started.
Got it. Um, let me rephrase that last question a little bit, because if I well, first of all, how does somebody reach you? Number one, I mean, email, Facebook, whatever it may be, and if they want to talk with you, I mean, when you say get to know somebody, do you set up a Zoom? I mean, walk me through a typical client wanting to get feeling better, getting better, please.
Facebook, you can find me on any social media for the most part. I'm on about every single one of them. Facebook is my favorite place, my playground. I'm there. I'm most active on Facebook, so that's the best place to connect with me. You'll probably tag me in this on Facebook, or we can put a link in below. So if somebody's watching this video, there will be a link someplace for somebody to find it. But then, they drop into my inbox and they're like, "Hey, this is what's going on. I'd like to know more." I'll usually send them a little bit of a link. It's a quick little questionnaire, kind of gives me a bit of a feedback in terms of, are they really strong in their mindset? Are they really strong in their gut? Do they do really well with their movement? Or where are we really working to get started? And then once I kind of got that initial feedback, then I'll hop on a Zoom with them and we go from there.
Where is the future you going? I mean, it's amazing what we've seen happen in the last 10 or 15 years, like you've mentioned. Where do you see the future continue to go, please?
In terms of healthcare,
Yeah.
I, I mean, we're at a divide right now. I mean, there's a divide. People are either choosing that they know that their body is capable of being incredibly healthy, and we're capable of living much longer than we're told that we're able to live, or people are going to be trying to live longer using technology, and they're going to, it's the split between half robot, half human, and full human. And we're living during interesting times right now. I'm full on board with Team Human, uh, showing people at a cellular level how we just keep improving ourselves versus thinking that we need to get connected to technology. But people who have had, veterans of wars who have, undergone certain aspects of a bomb blowing up something like, I mean, there's also really cool things that are happening, that kind of combine the two. So, no judgment. It's just a matter of what an individual preference is.
You mentioned a couple minutes ago, Joe, activation. What is activation?
Um, Activation, the way that I understand it, is it's that ability at a cellular level to say, hey, there's a natural intelligence here. And if those cells can communicate in the best way, then it's like flipping a switch inside the body to say, this is the path that is natural, this is the path that works, and we're going to activate it. So there's, an NRF2 pathway that can be activated, which improves the detox symptoms. There's an NRF1 pathway that can be activated that improves the energy that feeds mitochondria. There's just a lot of unique technologies even within supplementation. Like supplementation is no longer about replacing your body with minerals. Now supplementation can be to activate the body.
All right. All right. Um, are there certain methods or products that you recommend?
Yeah, definitely. That's why the Zone and I are in business together, right? There's the people can connect with you and they can figure out about what activation is and they can learn more and they can watch videos and they can listen to Dr. Brett and other more qualified people than I say I am.
Yeah, you're pretty well qualified, Joe. Um, who do you mainly deal with? I mean, I know I deal with healthcare professionals. Is that who you mainly deal with? Are you dealing with like the individual that's watching this? And they're saying, "Hey, can I talk to Joe?"
Moms are the ones who talk with me the most. I really help them understand the nervous system and the stories that are kind of going around their house, the food that's kind of moving through their house, and then ultimately bringing peace to their homes.
Okay, so if you're a mother out there, you want to talk to Joe, and because the mom normally has so many things going on in the house, and I think somebody like Joe could really assist us in helping them. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love helping moms because there's the selfless ones in the family, right? Like they're out to help everyone else, but don't worry about them. So sometimes moms can really figure out some of the stuff for the rest of the family, it benefits them.
I get it. I get it. Very, very true. Very true. Looking back at my mother, God help her, right? Rest in peace, mom. I get
Yeah,
it.
mom.
What is your where are you going to be the next 6 months? I know you're constantly traveling. What are your plans over let's say the remaining year?
Ah, the remaining year, I'm not 100% sure on. The next 3 months, I'm making a loop around Tennessee and Mississippi and Wisconsin, and then I'll be back in Phoenix, and then I'll be back in Texas again. So that's about it. And then I think I'm trip to Mexico, swim with some dolphins.
Hey, it's easy for me because I can say I'll either be on the West Coast or the East Coast. Joe is every place in between. All right. Hey, Joe, is there anything else you would like to add today, please?
No, I appreciate you, Scott. This interview has been fun. I think the healthcare professionals are in good hands with you, and people should get in touch with the Zone. They're interested in learning more about activation or improving their microcirculation. Like talk with either one of us.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to thank Joe. I think he is a gentleman that really knows his stuff. And every time I speak to him, I have fun and also I learn something new. So I'd highly encourage you to get in touch with Joe and talk about some of the things he spoke with us about. So, Joe, as I always say, hey, thank you so much for coming on Tuesday with Scott. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking time to watch. And as I always say, in everything I do, please be happy, healthy, and safe out there. Joe, thank you again. I sincerely appreciate it. Have a good day. Speak to you soon.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Joe. Bye now.